Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review, this time reviewing the movie Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody. Let's just first start off by saying I understand, some people have mixed reviews. I understand that some people don't like the movie at all. I understand that some people was like, I'm not going to watch SHIT because we already watched too many things on Lifetime. We already seen too many documentaries. I understand. I get that, okay? I get it. However, it was a Saturday. My mother loves Whitney Houston. I always visit her on Saturdays and stuff. So I was just like, you know what? You want to go watch a movie? We've been trying to plan it for weeks, but too many things be going on. It's holiday. It came out like literally 2 days before Christmas. So I'm like, time is going on. Is it even still in theater? Listen, look, okay? Because I already know some people are like, really? You watched that? Like, why have we... Look, okay? It was out. It seemed interesting enough for me to be like, I will spend a couple of dollars so me and my mom could go watch a movie. So overall, I'm going to start off by saying, on a scale of 1 to 10, I know people scale movies from 1 to 5. Okay? 1 to 10, me personally, I'm going to give it like a 6, okay? Not because of anything in the movie, bad acting or anything. I personally thought that Naomi Archie... Wait, pause. Aki. Okay, Naomi Aki. I looked it up. So I thought she did phenomenal in the movie. So it's not the fact of the acting or anything. I thought all of that was fine. However, because of the fact that there is so many numerous movies of Whitney Houston on Lifetime, documentaries, all of that is repetitive. I feel like maybe because it was in the movies, it was more safe zoned versus what we've seen on Lifetime. But then again, Lifetime be messy too. So I think Lifetime wanted to show you more of the toxicity, whereas in the movie, for this movie that came out, I felt like from beginning to end, it was just trying to show basically how she got into the career, because technically this movie is produced by Clive Davis. So of course, her manager or her record label guy, they've been together since the beginning to the end, literally, from her music career. So, of course, I know they was going to put too much of the nitty gritty of what's been going on. They just kind of gave, another project for them to kind of profit off of. Not saying that, if they got to make their money, okay? But at the end of the day, they got to make their money. But, like I said, we're 3 minutes into this thing. So, the basis of the movie, like I said, we start off with her in the church with her mom singing. Of course, her mom is hard on her, but after the beginning, I feel like her mom kind of shifted gears, and the disciplinarian was the father. I felt like in the beginning of the movie, it was the mother, giving her a hard time on the singing, wanting her to be literally perfect. But then as we go in the movie, it's kind of like her dad was giving her little issues. So therefore, spoiler alert, sorry, but all my reviews that I do is spoiler. It's been over a month since it's been out, so if you're watching this review, I would assume you watch a movie, or maybe you just like to see me talk, which is fine too. I'm okay with that. But anywho, back to the movie. Okay, I don't want to dismiss it like it ain't SHIT. I thought it was a fairly decent movie. It's just the fact because I already seen all of this before, and Lifetime is more messy with it. This one I felt like was like the clean version of her life, even though we do get into her having drug use, but we don't even see her doing the drug use. It's more so you see her getting prepared to do the drugs, and then it just goes on to the next scene. But, like I said, starts off with her. Oh my gosh, starts off with her in the church. So then we get, I guess the mom also does gigs. So her mom was singing at a gig, but then some recruiter, I believe, got Clive Davis to come check out Whitney. So the mom saw that Clive Davis was in the audience, so she got her daughter. She's like, no, you gonna sing. I can't sing. Something wrong with my throat. So you gonna have to sing. So then Whitney went ahead and sang. So he loved it, of course. This is Whitney, okay? We talking about her voice is angelic. There's something with her voice that nobody else can do. I can't do it. Okay, I be trying sometimes in the car, in the shower or something to try. I can't do it like Whitney. Nobody else can do it like Whitney. The girl tried, because I feel like in the beginning of the movie, she did portray her voice when she was singing. But towards the second half of the movie, it was all Whitney's vocals, okay? She just, moved her mouth to try to be like Whitney. And, she tried to strain, the veins in her neck to look like she was really singing and stuff. But I'm like, but that's not your voice though. It's Whitney's voice. So, she did, like I said, great acting. But when I started hearing Whitney's voice, I'm like, and there it is. Because she knows she can't do that. She probably could do a little tune or here, obviously, from what she's saying, but ain't nobody can recreate some of the songs that, even if they did covers, you can't do what Whitney does, okay? So, like I said, she gets the record deal. She meets her friend. What's the friend's name? What is the friend's name? Oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank. What is the friend's name? Oh, pause. Robin. There we go. Robin. I was about to pause this thing. So she met her friend. Well, Robin walked up to her, according to what the story is telling us on here. And, they don't back away or shy away from the fact that her and Robin were lovers. So we see that in the movie. So I'm like, okay, cool. Because we don't see that in the Lifetime movie. So I'll give this production that versus the Lifetime. But pretty much you see Robin's with her from the beginning to almost the end. It was to the point where when she was getting a little crazy with her addiction, that's when Robin was like, I can't do this no more. Especially you and Bobby, I can't. No, you're cut off. So, like I said, she's getting into the music industry and she's doing good in the beginning. But of course, because of her addiction, she falls off and, she goes to rehab. Clive was just like, you don't got no choice. You got to go. And she gets better, but at the same time, it's not like she's fully recovered because, unfortunately, the end of her life resulted in, doing drugs. So we don't see her passing away. They do keep that from us, but we do see her getting ready to take her bath and getting her drugs. Okay. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but I already done said it, so it is what it is. And interestingly enough, this is like a choppy review, so I'm not going to go scene for scene like I usually do my reviews. Usually my movie reviews are more summary based than just my thoughts on the movie in general. It was just interesting. I wanted to point it out. It was just interesting, the fact that her dealer, because it took my mom a while to figure out what was going on. Because when I seen the guy with the notebook, I'm like, because when we first see them, she's going to the car, and it was a guy. He was just like, "Oh, can I get your autograph?" But he didn't got no notebook or nothing for her to sign. He just had a pen or whatever. So she pulled out a notebook. She signed it and gave him the whole notebook. In my head, I'm just like, so you're not gonna rip the page and give it to him? Like, you gave him the whole notebook? So I was a little confused. I'm like, there's something to that, because just the way they presented the scene, and I'm like, there's something to that, but okay, whatever. I didn't even think a second thought after that scene was over. Then towards the end of the movie, when she's at the hotel, the Beverly Hilton Hotel, I see the same guy. I'm like, whoa, wait, that's the same guy from earlier in the movie. So then he asked for her autograph. I'm like, what you talking about? You already got her autograph. I'm like, something ain't clean. So of course she gives him the autograph and he gives him the book again. I'm like, why should she keep giving him these notebooks? I mean, I know she could buy 11,000 notebooks. But why should she keep giving him the notebook? And then we see him pull the money out of the notebook. I'm like, oh, and there it is. Okay, he the dealer. He got the money, but he threw the notebook in the trash. I'm like, wow. So that's valuable things. You just threw a notebook with her signature. I know nowadays signatures aren't like how they used to be. People just do pictures with the celebrities. But I'm just like, you just threw a whole notebook away. That's pages I can use to write my grocery list to go shopping at Walmart or Publix. That's just me thinking in my head. I'm just like, you just throwing away your whole notebook. You probably did that with the last one too. But anyway, like I said, that was and I just realized, because she always kept the pen and gave him the notebook, because the drugs was in the pen, guys. You see how slow I am? I'm like, and I saw her pull it from the pen too, but I didn't register. Like, oh snap, that's why she always takes the pen. Wow, I just had a revelation right here doing a review. They found, even back then, they always had like sneaky ways of snuggling, drugs discreetly without you noticing. Okay. Anyway, so she always made sure one way or another she got her stuff. And like a lot of people have come to realize, it wasn't Bobby's fault. Bobby probably enabled it more and got her to do it more, because they had a toxic ASS relationship. Their relationship from start to ending It was toxic, okay? It was nothing, the best thing that came about the relationship was Bobby Christina. Unfortunately, she's no longer here either. It's just the whole family, the whole Houston Brown franchise, it's just very devastating. Both of them on both ends, they got a lot of things going on, okay? But this is about Whitney. We barely really see Bobby. It's only like in the beginning when they started dating, having their little press and stuff, acting a little crazy and whatnot. And then seeing them arguing like one time in the house, and then she was just done. Like, we didn't really see too much of Bobby. It's just, I guess when they had he had a little riffraff with Robin, but it was mainly about Whitney. And I think for this movie, like I said, they kind of kept it clean. They didn't shy away from the issues that she had. However, for me, I'm just like, okay, this is morally dealing with the music aspect, which, like I said, I'm not mad about it. But for me, it's like if I'm watching a movie, I would like to see a little bit more dramatics. But okay, so I didn't mind the music. It's kind of going to like a miniature, like little concert because they play some of the songs from start to finish. So okay. My mom loved it because she was singing with some of the songs, and I was kind of like doing a little this and stuff. The people that was sitting in front of us, they was just going down. I'm just like, okay, cool. But like I said, I gave it a 6, right? I think I gave it a 6. I'm like, maybe a 7. I'm like, no. Let me be real, it's a 6. But would I watch it again? Probably not. I'm sorry. It was a nice watch. I didn't mind spending a few dollars to watch it, but I probably wouldn't watch it again. But that's not to say it's not good enough to watch, on a Sunday afternoon or whatever, you're just home. If it comes on TV, which I'm sure it will, I think you should watch it. I think it would be something like, okay, cool. Let me just put it on the TV. Let me watch it for like a weekend. I'm just chilling at the house. Anything else to take from the movie? You know, they do showcase a lot of her memorable moments of her and her performances at the Super Bowl when she did the 3-song melody. They kind of did that at the end. I remember when I believe maybe her vocalist or one of her band members was telling her to do it. She didn't want to do it, and then we didn't see it for the rest of the movie. So once again, I'm just like, okay, whatever. That's just another moment in her life. But then at the end of the movie, literally right after she's about to do drugs for the last time, that's when we see the whole performance of the 3-song melody, and it was beautiful. And they used Whitney's actual vocals, and I was like, okay, yes, this is great. And then I liked at the end of the movie that they showed all the pictures of her and, Clive Davis, her daughter, and all that stuff. Now, the last thing I want to say before I ended this video, because I didn't think it was going to be over 10 minutes, the daddy. Okay. Like I said, the mom was a disciplinarian. I'll pick that up later. The mom was a disciplinarian in the beginning, but I felt like from like maybe the beginning, the first quarter to the end of the movie, the daddy was disciplinarian or try to act like it because he tried to be like, don't you talk back to me. You know how parents are. And I'm just like, I was so disappointed because I'm like, in the beginning, I'm like, okay, he seemed like the nice one because the mom was kind of acting all crazy when Whitney did her first performance on TV, all that stuff. She was trying to control everything. And, he was like, just calm down, just let it happen. But then come to find out the daddy is the one you can't trust. Now, I'm not saying that I couldn't trust the mama. She was just a little too much. But I'm just like, the dad was just, I'm like, really? Really? It's just funny because you want to get on Whitney for being friends with Robin or being lovers with Robin. And then come to find out you was cheating on your wife the whole time. With the little secretary girl from the label. So, he was just all touching on her hand. She just with him for the money. Because you can't tell me she was with him because she was with him for the money. And come to find out, I guess the parents done divorced. I don't know the backstory of the timeline of when that happened. But I guess they divorced. So secretary girl done got, like, they officially together. They got married. And, I guess Whitney's nickname was Nip or Nippy. The homegirl tried to call her Nippy, and it's like, excuse you, we not cool for you to be calling me no type of nicknames. No type of childhood nicknames. None of that stuff. That's why Whitney was looking at her like, no. She got comfortable too quick. So come to find out, when she's trying to do stuff like say, okay, jet people, you better be here tonight because I want to sleep in my own bed with my husband. They was like, well, your daddy got to finalize that. She's like, no, I'm the boss, I'm the artist, all that stuff. And I guess her personal assistant was like, well, from what the finances are showing, he be doing anything. She's like, oh no, give me the report. And then she got the report for her, and come to find out, daddy was spending all the money on everybody else, giving them everybody credit cards. We even see a scene where he got the credit cards in the mail and he just started handing out credit cards. And it's like, how much money was on each credit card that you just giving people the credit cards and they just spending the money all willy nilly? You're not trying to make sure your daughter good, your daughter's straight, but you're like, oh, she's straight because she paying all of us. So he the one who just wilding out. So when she tried to confront him about it, he want to get buck and be like, well, I'm doing all this for you. So, I mean, granted, you are, but at the same time, you spending all the money like you was the one who created the money. No, it was your daughter who created the money with her voice. You want to tell her, well, you need to just keep singing. You need to go on a world tour. So now she had to go on a world tour and pretty much just sing herself to death because she got to work to recompensate for all the money that you done spend, that you done gave all the other people to spend. So it's just like, this all your fault. It's not all his fault. But I felt like he did contribute to it. So, going through the world tour, just watching her. And to me, I'm just like, this is exhausting. I'm just watching someone act it out. I can only imagine in real life how Whitney really felt. And I'm just like, me personally, I'm like, I could never. And I'm just thinking about the voice. You got to use that. You got to do a whole concert each and every, well, maybe not each and every night, but each and every week for a different city. You got to have the same energy you had in the beginning of the concert to the end of the concert. You got to, do the same thing, to have the same energy for each city, no matter what. And I'm just thinking of the strain on your voice. Because the way Whitney sings, I know that takes a toll on your vocal cords. I can only imagine. I'm just like, that is exhausting. On top of the fact that you doing drugs at the same time. Like, you running yourself to the ground, literally. So me, I was just like, oh my gosh. When I was just watching those scenes of her touring and then you see she getting tired and sweating and stuff. Like, I understand, obviously, because of the drugs, it made her performances not as best as it could have been. But it's just, regardless, even if she didn't have it, it would have been exhausting either way. All these artists who be doing these tours, world tours at that, I don't know how y'all do it, kudos to y'all. And when Clive was it Clive? I believe it was Clive, when he was doing the little intervention, the one-on-one intervention, saying she needed to go to rehab. She said a line that I'm just like, you know what? That's a real sentence. Like, that's one of those statements I'm like, it's sad, but it's so true. Because she was just like, when you don't have a vacation, or when you don't take a vacation, you're going to find a way or anything to take one. And I guess doing drugs was her vacation from her hectic life. So I'm just, and then at the end, when she came back from rehab, she telling Clive she want to do another tour. And I'm like, are you sure? Because he's just like, we'll talk on Monday. But I'm just like, girl, no. Okay, you need to get, I mean, it really didn't matter anyway, because she got out of rehab, but you went right back into doing drugs. And it's just like, when her daughter was telling her, when her daughter visited her in the rehab, and she was just like, I'm so proud of you, mommy. I'm not going to lie, guys. I shed a tear. I didn't shed a tear. I teared up, though. I did tear. My eyes were just like, but I'm next to my mama, so I'm not going to try to cry. That's how I was, in the movie theater. Anyway, I talked too much. I'm surprised this got to 20 minutes, to be honest with you, because I'm just like, I don't know what I'm going to say. But all in all, the movie was good. Okay? Was it worth my few dollars? I would say so, because I wasn't bored. I just wish they would have been dealt more. This is a movie, like, come on, this is the truth. This is what people do. So they made it seem like, try to make it like PG-13. No, let's give it raw. Okay, let's show the raw of it. Okay, I'm not saying show the death scene, none of that stuff, but You already show her pulling out the drugs, so I mean, that's what people. Okay. Anyway, I gave it a 6 out of 10. Uh, if you do see it. I don't think it's something that you shouldn't see at all. I just think it's a one-time watch. Just to get it in your little caliber of movies you watching your boy. Anyways, that's it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once or liked what I had to say, please subscribe. And if you watch the movie, you have thoughts on it as well, please comment. We could discuss. Other than that, be easy breezy lemon squeezy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.